Hey guys, we have an awesome, famous YouTuber. If you don't know who he is, he's famous.
You're slacking.
You're slacking, seriously.
Yeah, exactly. And Michael Noker.
Hi.
And we're going to talk about YouTube. I'm really actually excited to have you on because every video I've seen of yours has been very like introspective and deep, and so that's what we like to do. We like to go deep.
I really like to talk about the things that really matter to me in the blondest way possible. So
So I like it. Yeah. So
It's good stuff.
This is gonna be good conversation.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. So we're talking about small YouTubers, the importance of them, and you were just talking about the Instagram thing. And Joel was interrupting.
And I didn't mute my phone. Apologies.
I did.
I read an article that was about Instagram, like very specifically focused towards Instagram, but it was talking about like micro-influencers, which are the people that have between like 10,000 and like 100,000 followers.
Okay.
So they're not huge and they're not inaccessible, and they still have a really high engagement rate, and you kind of notice like their engagement rate will drop off over time as you get more people to watch. So you can have somebody that's got 10,000 followers on Instagram and they get 1,000 likes. And that's like 1 out of 10. It's really great, and they can like talk to everybody and be like, if people are leaving comments and being like, I don't quite understand this, like, can you explain it more? And they can like actually have a conversation and everything. They don't have a million different people trying to get their attention at the same time. And as you get larger, less people actually, you get like a lower percentage. Yeah. And so it was like, these are the opportunities. These are the people that you really want to work with as a brand, because they have followers that are very engaged, that are very trusting, and that the creator can actually reach out to and talk to.
Maybe right now with 300, 400, we don't have like that kind of influence, right? But we're working towards that, and like the idea that we have to get to 1 million subscribers before we start having influence is just like daunting, and it's like unaccessible, especially when you see the growth sometimes. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
But what was like 1,000 to 100,000? What were you saying? Or
10,000 to 100,000 followers is the sweet spot, essentially, when you start to look at working with brands. And beyond that too, like I think that just hitting 100, that's gonna be insane. But hitting like 10,000, that's very doable. And there are people that are in our little social circle that are actually doing that already. Like Vicky Eisenstein just hit 6,000.
You're right.
Which is insane, and I'm sure Jessa J is probably getting up there too right now. Yeah. But 10,000 seems very reachable, and that's also a really good time to start practicing working with brands anyways. Like it's a decent sized number. You're getting good at your content. You're figuring out exactly what it is that you're wanting to do. So why not just start going for brand deals at that point? Yeah.
I mean, you can't say that you can't get them unless you have asked. So you really need to ask before you can say, oh, I can't get brand deals. You'd be surprised who can get brand deals. I've heard of some crazy small numbers, usually around 1,000. There's this thing called VIP, what is it, FameBit? Have you heard of it? Do you know? It's FameBit. Yeah. They start taking sponsors, giving sponsors out to people at 1,000. Which is like
totally doable.
Yeah, as soon as we get there, we're selling out. Like, damn.
Just boom.
We're not doing business stuff anymore. Now we're just doing reviews on clothes.
Just like always gonna like wear my aviators in public, like the gigantic like hide your face. Yep.
And I will put a little like piece of paper that says whatever brand I'm. Be tied right to my glasses.
Sometimes I just kind of wonder like what level of fame you have to hit before like signing your name on the bathroom wall stops being graffiti and starts being an autograph instead. Yeah. Like where do we draw the line?
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
shoot for 1 million. Do that, but like get really excited about a couple hundred. Right. Because that really, we were looking at Social Blade, or I was looking at Social Blade, and we right now are in the 2 millionth place. On Social Blade, which is really far.
You're beating me.
Are we? Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm like 2.2 million.
Oh, okay. Well, we're like, we're both out there. But then I looked at Lita the V, and he was 1 million. And then I looked at Joshua George, he was 500,000. Wow, and Vicky Einstein is 225 or something like that.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. So like that's really cool. I mean, their numbers aren't too far ahead of ours, and not that like people are looking at who's in first place and who's in the 2 millionth place, but you as you're growing your channel, you really are rising out of the mass of 0 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm like, once you hit 100, you're already ahead of like 90% of the channels that have existed.
It's true.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Like, I was thinking 100 is not a big deal, but then as the longer we've been here, I'm realizing, wow, 100 really is a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So.
And then you hit 1,000 and you're famous.
Yeah.
Then it's time to start getting brand deals and signing your name on bathroom stalls everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Drugs.
Pick up some crazy habits. Become a flat earther. That's something I'm going to do when we hit 1,000.
I'm going to become like a truther, but about like weird things, like not even about like political stuff. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'm pretty sure that this hotel was not actually built by people. I'm pretty sure it was built by aliens.
It's good.
That is the way to go.
You can always go with aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah, you know, and aliens is a sophisticated way of being a conspiracy theorist.
That's true. That's very true.
Very true.
Tips all around.
You know, one interesting thing you were talking about a minute ago that I want to touch on.
We're building this whole show off what he said.
Yeah, this is all. Yeah, we have no actual input here. But something he said a minute ago that was really good before we started rolling was between 10 and 100,000 subscribers, it's easy to engage and actually be responsive to your audience. And brands like that, right? They like, because that increases the level of influence. Like, just because Kanye West says, dude, so buy this thing, I'm not really going to listen to that. But a smaller YouTuber that I watch on a regular basis, I will.
For a long time, bloggers have had opportunities to guest post on big blog, and they've also been able to get brand deals at the 10 to 100,000 subscriber rate. That's been going on for a long time, and advertisers and sponsors have really realized that for the YouTubers. So right now, that's trickling down to us. So like,
absolutely,
all that Instagram stuff that you were talking about is definitely also expanding into the YouTube realm.
And then you even look at things like Snapchat, where you have, if you look at Snapchat and the actual revenue that's going into being spent on brand deals on Snapchat, which is sort of an insane concept to me because it's something that lasts for 24 hours and then it goes away forever. Like, it will never be seen again. But if you really think about Snapchat and how many people you actually follow on Snapchat, like, unless you're really doing it as a thing that you want to pay attention to, I'm like, I follow my best friends. I follow random people that have like my phone number, and then a couple people that I have like known on YouTube, and that's about it. So I follow 20 people and I will watch everything that they put out because I've got time to do that, because it's it's a whole 5 minutes. It's great. Yeah. And so you have these companies that are dumping all of this money onto Snapchat right now and advertising on Snapchat because they know that anything that gets put out there is going to get watched by everybody. And those are people that you trust, because they're people that you trust with your phone number,
right? Or
they're people that you already know.
And people that can directly message you now.
And even people that like I've followed on Twitter have added me, but it's like I already have that relationship with them. So there are opportunities out there to really do a lot with the audience that you have, even if it's very small, because if it is small, then you can talk to everybody that's actually paying attention to you.
You know, and that's a good point about the different social networks. Building your influence across the social networks is good, because even if you have small YouTube numbers, if you've got decent social network numbers, I mean, that's attractive to advertisers too, because each one of those connections that somebody has with you equals trust, a certain amount of it.
So just kind of recap everything we're saying is like, one, being a small YouTuber is great because you can engage with people, and two, sponsors are seeing that, so you actually might be able to make a living off YouTube with only the minimal thousands of subscribers. Was there another point we made?
Trust. Advertisers are buying trust. They're renting you the trust that you've built with your audience. So expand that and don't violate it.
Yeah, and go and look at something like Social Blue Book and look at where your engagement actually is. Because your viewership's going to be at like a D-, but your engagement is going to be at like an A++, and that makes you feel really good. It'll make you very happy to look at it the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at all the different things, you can definitely say, oh, okay, well, I might be sucking here, but hey, I'm doing really good here.
Right. Engagement's really the thing.
Engagement is super, super awesome.
And that's why we developed that plugin that we made that's out there. Quick plug for the plugin, because that's the point of it. It's to measure your viewer engagement and really be able to give you a look at where you're at, not just like, oh, I got 1 billion subscribers, but I get like 2 views a thing. That's not what you want.
If you had 1 billion subscribers,
then you'd obviously be buying them or something, because that's not even real.
If you could afford to buy 1 billion, I'm pretty sure you'd still get a lot of views.
Probably. Yeah. Like there's a guy that's got 1 billion subscribers. I'm gonna go watch his
ripping apart your exaggeration now.
Yes, they kind of ruined my whole point with that.
They?
Well, he was backing you up. He's like, yeah.
I was like, that's nice.
Daniel's right. Joel's dumb. But yeah,
I don't take sides. I'm Switzerland.
It's it's a handy thing. Plug in. Thanks for ruining my plug, Daniel.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
It's for the better of the. I ruined our whole business.
You just ruined our channel. We may not even be back after this video.
Also, link in the description for Michael Noker, and if you click on his face, it will just take you right to his channel. Maybe it'll be one of those tabs in the background, so make sure you click on the tab.
Like right here. I'm just gonna Vogue the entire time and just
there you go.
Click.
Everything else is fading away. Just your face.